I never really knew what I wanted to do. It was an accidental discovery in the beginning. Look, I had quite a hectic drug problem. Lost quite a few friends along the way. I mean, I was in and out of rehab, jail. So I don't know if that's relevant. I mean, I come from a very loving family. Like there was never abuse or substance abuse or anything like that. But I had a lot of drama at home. My parents got divorced. It rocked my world a bit. There was like a feeling, like a sadness, I think, which I used to just escape from. I started swimming when I was very young. I used to swim for Transvaal. I mean, that was the way I dealt with everything. I could put my head down in the pool for 2 hours, didn't have to think anything, didn't have to listen to anybody. That was wonderful. Until the first time I got stoned. And then I realized, well, a lot less effort, same result. How would I define purpose? It's a bit like that question of what is art? For me personally, purpose grows along with you. My name is Stephen Pickus. I'm an artist, designer, creator, recycler, based in Johannesburg, South Africa. The darkness of the addiction is being alone with yourself, actually. You're destroying yourself, you're doing wrong by everybody that cares about you and loves you, crawling around Hillbrow at all sorts of hours of the night. I was in rehab 8 times, jail. It was a very, very dark place, very dark. I think I was about 19, and I almost audibly heard a voice that said if I didn't change my life, I wouldn't see another birthday. I packed my stuff up and I left. I went to live in an NGO on a farm in Zanin, and I was there for 16 years. I started working with 2 artists, a couple of metal workers, carpenters, and we just hustled. I started making lights for myself and for some friends or whatever, but it was just a hobby, it was something to do. But because it was an NGO, we never had money. We're driving down to Jeffreys Bay for a project, and we stopped at the Ultra City. As the sun was coming up one morning in the middle of the Karoo, I saw an air filter sticking out the top of a bin. So I picked it up and I thought, this thing is actually a perfect lamp. I mean, it's even got a hole in the right place. And I kind of sanded it and cleaned it and repainted it, did a paint technique, and just the feeling of making something from nothing, I found very rewarding. Something inside of me really did switch on. That's actually where I started going to the scrapyards, to the rubbish dumps. I mean, it's quite grim. And open up black bags, finding stuff to upcycle. And I mean, that progressed into these glass chandeliers and various pendants, wall sconces and ceiling lights. But anyway, I met my wife, and 6 months later we got married. Jump 8 years later, the NGO had turned into a little bit of a cult. And one December, I said to my wife, that's it, we have to leave. We literally packed up and moved back to Joburg with nothing. We had no money. We literally arrived in Joburg with the clothes on our backs. I mean, we were living a family of 4, my wife and I and our 2 small kids. And I mean, there were many nights where we didn't have food, and I really literally had to start from scratch. And we would wake up 4 o'clock in the morning, and I would just send out emails after emails and try and build a business like that. Anyway, I entered a lighting design competition, and I won it. And part of the prize of this was also to get a stand at a show they used to have called Grand Designs, the Dome. And it was so funny. Like, I didn't have the first clue about this industry. When I was setting up there, I stood and I looked at it and I thought, who is going to buy this crap? Like, seriously. Like, I thought, who's going to buy this? And it was amazing. Like, designers approached me and kind of it snowballed from there. I mean, we started getting 1 or 2 projects, like with the glass, like it was just me. So I would go hire sandblasters and tumblers, and literally my wife would drive and I'd sit in the car and tie glass, and I'd sit in front of the TV and I'd tie glass. And then I got one guy to come in, and then the next, and then the next, and it just started growing. And by that time we'd started to like get some really nice projects. So that's kind of the way this whole thing has grown over the last few years. I know I finally found my purpose, but I know when I met my wife, I know that watching her work and watching her work ethic and how she operated, I mean, she's been the biggest role model for me, and I think in a way has given me the discipline and the courage to really chase my dreams and follow and be brave even. That, and being a father and having people like the team that I work with here, they're family, you know. And we're growing, you know, this business is growing and hopefully impacting a lot of people. That inspires me. I'm very grateful for the 16 years that I lived on that farm in Zanin, but I think the light bulb moment came on when I left. And I realized nobody's coming to save me. Nobody's coming to bail me out. My father used to do that. But I knew when I left there, it's up to me. And I think that's where something switched in my head. And I knew that, like, I don't have a plan B. I got to make my life work now. You know, I got to take responsibility for my actions, my decisions, for me and my family. And I got to make it work. Yeah, I love my life. I wouldn't swap it for anything.